if I should be sharing this. I don't even think he wants me to share this, but when we got into the relationship, one of the things that we kind of faced was he was like, I have 2 like girlfriends that I'm like really good friends with, and it's nothing romantic. I'm like, okay, but to me that's a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, were you ever romantic with these friends?
Yeah.
One of the friends, never romantic. They went on one date. And the other one was someone that they actually hooked up in the past. And I was like, okay, and like, tell me why the relationship didn't work.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I was 25 at the time. I'm trying to figure out like who I am, what I want. And she's somebody who was like expecting the world already. And I'm like, okay. And she knew obviously how good of a guy you were. She slept with you.
Yeah.
And like in my mind, I'm like, okay, not to be like jealous, but I'm like, I don't know, anything that's ever ended for me, like if it was a situationship or a relationship, it just fizzled out.
Yeah.
Not saying like I'm going to see you out and not be like, hey, how are you? How's everything been? But for me, I don't understand, I guess, the idea of, you know, just like keeping around someone in your life that you were romantically involved with. And now like we're dating now, that makes me feel a type of way.
Yeah.
And it's not that I think, oh, you're going to go and get back with her. What's her motive behind it?
Right.
Because I know he's completely done. I know I could sound delusional right now. Like, I feel strongly in that. But for me, I'm
we
like,
sense that in our guts too, though.
I think
It's
like
just,
also the other girl, I've been on phone calls with her. She's so cool. She's like, let's all hang out. Like, it's really that vibe. And with her, it's like, she gives me like the fly out girl. She gives me the wants the rich guy. She honestly like, she gives me who I was before being in this relationship. So I don't know if it's like shadowing or like mirroring, I guess.
Yeah.
You know that. And he always says like, now she's looking for a nice guy. Now she's looking to build with someone. And in my head, I'm like, okay, but she's keeping you around. She already slept with you. Like, if she's still talking to you every day and is friends, at any point when you hit the jackpot, you make a lot of money. That was the one thing she was missing that she wanted. And she wanted everything. The guy with the six pack, the guy, everything. And then that was the one thing that he couldn't do at the time. That now, like, what? You're going to keep her in your life and then what? You're going to grow, build. And then don't tell me she's not going to come knocking back.
100%.
Okay, so you agree with me?
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Because why keep that relationship open?
I'm a girl. I don't keep guy friends around.
For what?
Like, but then do you think that there's some girls that have guy friends and it's really not even sexual?
So I have like two sides to
I
this.
can't believe I'm talking about this.
No,
he's gonna hate that I think this.
Sorry.
Whatever it's like.
So I think it's almost good that he has hooked up with her and decided that like it's not for him.
Yeah.
Because he's got it out of his system. He knows what to expect. He's done with it.
Yeah.
As opposed to like having that like mystery of not hooking up yet, but then still being friends. It's like, who's waiting for something to happen?
1,000%. Like I always say, sometimes it's better they hooked up, they saw it through, than never have hooked up.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's always like a coulda, woulda, wanted to, and it's always, there's always like that sexual tension.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm telling you, like, it's really not like that. And I'm like, I hear you, but for me, I'm thinking like, from a girl's perspective, like, why keep around a guy that you fucked and you're no longer interested in, unless you're like, always thinking about wanting to go back.
Yeah.
And also the way it ended, he was like, they did a trip together and he was like, I saw things that I just like wasn't.
Well, if he's turned off by it, regardless of what she does, it doesn't really matter because he's made his decision, right?
Oh, for sure. And I think it's just more like, I think when a girl doesn't like the idea of another girl, it's more just the idea of feeling like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like her thinking that like she can still have him when I know she can't, but it's just like keeping that door kind of open. Like, I don't like to feel that way, but how come I don't feel that way with the other girl?
Yeah.
Because they never had sex, and there could have been that, like...
Yeah, but they decided early on that it wasn't that.
Yeah.
But I do...
I'm asking you, Coach.
I do... you know... I mean, I think every situation is a little different, and if you feel like you're experiencing some kind of weird vibes from her, then there probably is something that she's like... She has a motive at the end of the day, right? But I also like, I don't know the dynamics, so it's kind of hard for me to speak on it, because it could just be like, okay, another girl is coming into his life, and I think it does get really tricky too with
Because she's like also like I'm losing him type.
Yeah, like
type
you're
thing.
losing a friend just in general.
Yeah, and that I get. And
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, I never want to be the girl to be like, and you can't talk to her.
Right.
That's not how I roll. I don't want you to like hate me because I'm like, don't
No.
talk to her anymore. And he was like, look, we're having this conversation. I hear you. I'm like, it's like me saying I have a guy that I fucked that we're still friends and we chat on the phone. Like, he's like, yeah, like I wouldn't be okay with that. And I was like, well, you can see how from my perspective, like, even if your motives are never to hook up with this girl again and you don't see her in that light, like, for me, I'm like, well, I don't know if it's, you know.